Good afternoon. Happy Talk About It Thursday, everyone. It is April Halliburton here of All for HR and Business Solutions. I hope your afternoon is off to a wonderful start. Again, you're gonna have to work with me with this voice, okay? Because it's hanging on by a thread, this little cold thing, but let's not worry about that. Happy Talk About It Thursday, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. This is November. We're welcome in November and the last 60 days of the month of the year. Yeah, the year, not the month, but the year. So we are getting you ready for a fantastic 2024, HR 2024. Today, we are on the All for HR Biz View, and we're still talking about our favorite, right? Recruiting, hiring, and onboarding. So today, we're talking about making your job posting simply amazing. Okay. Um, there's a lot that goes into recruiting, hiring, and onboarding. We know it is probably one of the most challenging parts of growing a business is getting the right candidates into your company, on your team, not only getting them onto your team and into your company, but retaining them. So we're going to talk about retention this month as well. Not only getting those great candidates, but keeping those great candidates and appreciating the wonderful team members that you already have, the employees. So let's not forget them, okay? Before we get started, let's talk about a couple things that we got going on this month and December to get you ready for. You don't want me to say it? You don't want me to say it? Okay, I won't say it. Okay. Getting ready for, you know what? I know time is flying by. So we have a couple things going on. We have our webinar that is on November the 21st, 10 o'clock. All right. And it is mastering recruiting and hiring your best candidates. Okay. And so we're going to talk about quite a few things on that webinar. It's going to be really juicy. Um, you can never have enough information on recruiting, but you got to have the right information that is applicable to your unique recruiting, hiring, and onboarding situation. Because what you're dealing with, we are all dealing with the challenges, but your challenges are going to certainly be different than your colleague or other business owners, right? So you want to make sure that the situation, that the tools and the strategies that you are using to get your next great hire um, are working for you so that you are not, for one, having a revolving doorway. For two, you are getting the right people in place, right? And so that's what's most important. And you want to make that uh, the onboarding, recruiting, onboarding, and hiring is an experience. That's how you keep your new hires, okay? Is you make it an experience, okay? Not just a task, but an experience, okay? And so that's one of the things that we work on in Offer HR for our clients. That's one of the important pieces of our HR Foundation program that we service, our Evergreen program, is how to make it an experience, how to streamline it, right? So that it does not become burdensome, right? As an HR professional and or business owner, you want to make it a streamlined process so that you are able to get it done, get your new hire, find the right talent, and get them on board. Okay. as soon as possible. So we have the recruiting and mastering recruiting and hiring. That one is $27. It's on November the 21st. I'm going to drop that link down here for you, so you can join us. We have some like Grady goodies, and we have a special offer in that program for those attendees. So you don't want to miss the bonus there. Okay, so we have that, and we also have our goodies that are coming up on our on Black Friday, and then we also have our VIP, our HI VIP program, which is in December, the second week of December, and so you'll know more about those. Um, I'll drop the links so you'll know about those and how to sign up for those programs. Okay, and don't forget about our our Evergreen program, the HR Foundation, where we set up your HR department. Okay. So now that we got those out the way, let's jump into some really good, some real good goodies. Okay, on how to making your job posting simply amazing. So job posting can be it can be kind of a challenge, right? I always say you can find job descriptions on the internet anywhere, right? Anywhere you can find them, right? But the trick is to make those job descriptions your own. Okay, so no two job descriptions for a company should be exactly alike. Okay, because every company is its own unique company. Okay, and so what your employees do in the same job as another company is going to vary. And it's up to you to make sure that your candidates know exactly what they're doing. Okay. So that you are not hiring individuals that think they're doing one thing and they're actually doing something totally different. Okay. That's the number one reason for losing new hires within the first 30 to 60 days. Did you know that? It's because a lot of individuals, business owners or HR professionals and or professional HR professionals, they will post a job description that is different from what they're doing, what that job that they are filling actually is doing. And that's a problem. Okay. So if you are hiring someone, you're hiring a candidate, excuse me, you're hiring a candidate and you need them to be an expert in Excel, and you don't put that in your job description, you hire someone that knows nothing about Excel, then there's a problem, right? So you have to be, those job descriptions have to be, they have to be concise. They have to be correct and concise so that you're getting the best candidates, so that you get someone that knows what they're doing. Okay. Your job descriptions should sound like you're looking for a human being. Okay. You want to talk about the kind of character you're looking for in a job, in a candidate, right? Someone that knows how to perhaps work under pressure, or someone who's detail oriented, right? So you want to make sure you specify those things so you get the right talent. Stop it. Sorry about that. So that's that. Make sure they sound like you're looking for a human being. Okay, someone that's going to fit into your workplace culture. Okay. Make sure you list the salary range. A lot of places don't want to list the salary range, but it makes the job look more enticing. You want individuals to know what they're looking for. You don't want what that you meet, that the salary range is what they're looking for. Okay. Um, Be realistic about the job tasks that are being performed. Don't put together a job description or pull one that has a lot of duties and tasks that um, that they're not even doing. Okay, that's very, very important. Make sure you're putting in the taking out the task and duties that they're not performing and implementing the ones that you are performing. Okay, so make sure that those that they're correct, so you get the right person the first the first time, right? Who wants to hire someone and then they're gone in a month, right? Okay. I once worked at a position, this was years ago, where a new hire joined the team and said they were going out. They had left their keys in the car and left the first day. You don't want those type of situations. So make sure that you are definitely making sure that the job description has all of the job duties that are reflective of what they're going to be doing. You want to make sure you have a creative objective, okay, that is enticing, and make it be creative when you are doing your job description, so they look really enticing to candidates. Okay. um do do not ask for references on the initial application. You can, but a lot of times it may be, it depends actually on your streamlined system, right? Because every application that that you get, you're not going to be calling references. But when you do call those references, make sure that you are requesting professional references and that you actually contact them. We talked about this yesterday, so that you're actually contracting those references. Okay. Um, you can accept equivalent experience for degrees, right? So if they don't have a degree, but they have 10 or 10 or 15 years in that industry, they there's a good chance that they can do that position and do it effectively and efficiently. Okay. So don't necessarily put everything on they have to have a degree. Okay. If they need a degree, of course, if this is your job description, and you are putting the requirements out there that you need to fulfill that position. But if it's not a requirement, don't don't make it a prerequisite. Okay. um Talk about the values and the culture of your company. What makes it awesome, right? A little bit, maybe a little background. What kind um of social responsibility do you as a company have? What do you support? Okay. You want to let them know, where the candidates know what to expect. And that is a good way to get someone that is adaptable to your culture. If you have those similarities, you support perhaps the same social justices, um, or organizations, or different things of that nature can bring you can get it out can get the right person that is adaptable to your culture. Okay. um so make sure you talk about that in your job description. Talk about your company. What do you support? uh how you got started? Does your company volunteer? If so, where? Okay. And if your company does volunteer in different organizations or different events, make sure you add those photos and things of that nature on your site. Okay, because as soon as a candidate comes to see your job description, the next thing they're going to do is going to go to your website to see exactly who your team is, what your company is about. Okay, is this what you're looking for individuals for long term? Um, Describe your hiring process and the timeline so they know what to expect. Okay, so they submit a resume, someone's going to call you back for a phone screening, and make sure you're reaching out to your candidates and you're screening and scheduling for interviews, whether they're virtual or in person, in a timely fashion. Don't wait for a week or two because the process is quick. Okay, candidates are responding to your job description and applying, and many more. So you can lose a great candidate really quickly if you're not if your process is not does not move along quickly. Okay. Um, break down the percentages of the responsibilities. If they're going to be sitting, it requires someone that's going to be a lot of sitting or a lot of standing. They're going to be standing up 80% of the time, or they're going to be doing certain things. You know, you want to make sure they get a really good picture of what they're going to be doing. If you don't have someone that can stand a long time, you want to make sure they know that in the job. Maybe you have another position that you're hiring for that they may be more suited for. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, and ensure the requirements match the level and the pay of the position. This is very important. Okay, make sure you're paying the right rate, or or salary or hourly for what they're doing. Okay, you don't want to be paying someone um minimum wage or slightly above and they're doing a lot more um than that position it requires. So make sure you're doing that. And you can go on like Indeed, or you can do different job boards and see what's the salary for your area, okay, for that position. If it's a receptionist or if it's an attorney, what is your area paying? What's the salary range for your area? Okay. And if you're offering benefits, so make sure you're doing a job analysis of that job, and you're paying the right salary for it. Okay. It's very important. Again, you can do, what's the other, Glassdoor. That's the other one. They do a really, really great job um, of doing the salary ranges depending on where you are in the country. Okay, so make sure you're paying the right rate. Don't pay lower, because it'll be hard. It'll be much, much more difficult to fill that position if you are not paying. If you're not paying the right pay range, salary range for that position. So that's very important. So far we've talked about some different things, some things that you really need to consider to get a great candidate. Again, do a job analysis. If you are filling that position from uh, someone was in the position and you're refilling it, make sure you go over that job and see if any of the tasks or responsibilities have changed so that you can update your job description. Okay. And one other thing that we really need to be in tune with is, where are you looking for your candidates? Okay, so after you have crafted this wonderful job description, you're going to take it and you're going to post it on Job Indeed, on Indeed.com, and you're going to leave it there. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. you you have to think out of the box now. It's a whole different era from the way it used to be. Okay, so after you've cultivated this, created this great job description, you got to put it out there and do more than just um, posting it on a job board. We talked about the job boards and making sure you're selecting a job board for the industry that you're hiring. So while you may use Indeed, if you're doing like a labor position, you may want to, or a manufacturing company, you may want to go to a job board that caters specifically to that industry. Okay. And remember, free is not always the best way to go. While it can be okay to post a job free, remember that oftentimes you can put a job description on a board and you can do a campaign, or you can do the pay per click. And then there's also the pay for per application. Um, it's easier to post a job and do a campaign, or a paid campaign, or a cost per click, and have it up there, have the position filled with a great candidate um, within 30 days, as opposed to posting that job free and it take 90 days or 120 days. You're getting candidates, but they're not the candidates that are applicable for you. You want the right candidates. And so you want to get a great pool of candidates to choose from when you're filling a position. So you may want to do a paid ad or a campaign. Okay. So keep that in mind. That's very important to keep in mind. Free can be good sometimes, but remember, you get what you pay for. You're getting a whole bunch of candidates, but they're not they're not what you're looking for. Okay, and the deal is to get the best candidate in, hired as soon as possible. Okay. Um, so when you are looking for your candidates, we have a package that I'll drop the low, hiring your next great candidate, where it has external resources and internal resources for where you can look for great candidates, whether you job fairs, word of mouth. Don't forget that if you are looking, take put your job description and distribute it among your colleagues. Put it along in your network, because word of mouth is a great way to get good candidates. Okay, so colleagues, church members, professional groups. Okay, and distributing flyers, employment agencies. Let's not forget about our employment agencies, state employment offices, and community groups. Don't forget to also Look at the veteran, look for veterans. Okay. These are great ways to find your great candidate. Again, long gone are the days where you just post your job description on your job board and they come. That doesn't work anymore. Okay, so I'm going to put that link below to the toolkit. Hire Your Next Candidate has great resources for where you can get great candidates for your position. Okay, because you got to think out of the box, folks. You have to. All right, you definitely have to think out of the box. You got to go a little harder, and I know it's a little different. It can be challenging, but the more places that you post your job board, the more you put it on your network. Again, place it on the Detroit at Works, and different other job boards. Those are the more places you distribute it, the better chance you have of getting the right candidate quicker. This sound good? All right. All right. So that's what we have for today. We're talking more about creating those job descriptions, those great job descriptions, in our webinar on November the 21st. And again, it's $27 for that webinar, and you're going to have great bonuses. And we really go in depth on helping you market, or you getting the right candidates on your team. Okay. So I can't wait to see you. I will drop the link below. I can't wait to see you. Don't forget to tomorrow's Freedom Friday. Drop your Freedom Friday questions below. We'll answer them tomorrow at 10:30 live. And if we choose your HR question, you get a free gift. How cool is that? So listen, thanks for joining. I enjoy having you here. If you're watching this on the replay later, let me know. Drop that HR question below. Okay. We have some great things going on the rest of this year, gearing up for a fantastic 2024, HR 2024. I'm getting excited. Are you getting excited? You had to get excited after that snow yesterday, right? so so listen. Let me know what you thought about the tips that we left below, and if you have questions, drop them below. Make sure you let me know it's a replay that you're watching on the replay, and that's what we have for today. Okay, don't forget to join us again on our November 21st on our webinar. This is $27. Don't forget about our HR Foundation. If you want us to set your foundation in place for you with your policies, your procedures, your employee handbook, your new hire orientation program, performance management program, progressive discipline program, that's our evergreen program, everything you need so that you can focus on growing your business, all right, as opposed to just doing HR work, because you didn't start your business, right, just to do HR. Right? I started my business to do HR. You didn't. So listen, I'll drop the application below, and the application link, and we'll jump on a 10-minute call, see if we're a good fit, and go from there. All righty. Got a lot of things going on the rest of the year. I want you to If you haven't had a chance, follow us on Instagram at All for HR. We are on LinkedIn at All for HR and Business Solutions. Don't forget about All for You HR Works for You, our LinkedIn group. And we also have a Facebook group, which is the HR Success Hub. Join that one. It's free, all kind of HR goodies. And what else would you have to do? Follow us on Twitter, All for HR. All right, folks, listen. Business can be like a circus, so don't let HR be the elephant in the room. Have a wonderful afternoon. Stay warm. All righty. Stay safe and be kind. We'll see you tomorrow on our Freedom Friday HR question. Have a great one.